In the previous video on finding the key of G, we saw that other than the key of C, which is all in the white notes, if we were to keep that special pattern of spacing between notes of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone for a major scale, that was from C, T, T, S, T, 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 S. For any other key, we had to move into the black keys. So for the key of G, we had G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. All the keys from G right over to E were white, and when we reached the F, we had to go upon the black key beside it, for which it was named, and then back down onto the G. Sometimes, though, we actually have to go down. Let's look at the key of F. When we start on F and go to the G, and then to the A, all seems to be normal. When we hit the B, though, something just doesn't sound right. We continue on to the C, D, E, and F. And that all sounds pretty fine. So that means that every one of the keys except for the B is a white key. Well, recalling our pattern of TTS, TTTS, it would make it a scale that looks like this, from F, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That means that it looks like we're moving up onto the black note just above the A. So wouldn't that be an A sharp? Well, the only thing is we've already used the A. What we haven't used is the B. So instead of moving up from the A, we actually have to move down from the B. And just like when we have a flat tire which moves to the ground, by placing the flat on the B, we move it down to the B flat. So our scale now sounds like this and looks like this on the score compared to how it would have looked without the flat. Without the flat, and now adding the flat to the B, and since we have to play that flat on this B every single time, just like in the key of G where we had to play the sharp on the F and we moved that sharp over to the front over here by the clef marking, we can do the same thing with the flat and move that flat over here onto the B lines so that every single time we play a B, it tells us that we have to play a B flat. This brings us to one new term for today. One flat on B will always tell us in a major scale that we are in the key of F. For that reason, we call the grouping of flats or sharps just after the clef markings here and here the key signature. You can think of it like handing in your homework when you put your name on top of the paper. That's your signature, and that tells a teacher that the work was done by you. In our musical case, it is the first key's signature on the score, and there we had the F. Here I'm going to show you a bunch of other major scales, but we're going to start off with the key of C so that you can actually see, just recall each of those letters. Now, you have your mnemonics, face, and every good bird does fly for the lines, but just keep that in mind as you're going through and seeing that each one of these scales begins on the letter for which they're named. C major, D major, E major, F major, and so on. You will see that grouping here as if the clef marking had been moved sort of further away. But this is actually the key signature right here. 2 sharps is D major, 4 sharps is E major, and so on. You don't have to worry about that right now, but just listen to how they all sound the same. They're just simply moving up one note at a time.